Right. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the One on One, brought to you by Team Go Media, bringing you the bump by bump rundown in this wide, wide world of go-go. Yes, indeed. Continuing with the true stories of the path makers from deep inside the pocket of this go-go music culture. All right. Past episodes of the One on One can be seen on social media platforms. Um, Not Instagram, Facebook, which is running live on Facebook right now, and also it can be seen on his YouTube, which is running live on YouTube, and it's also running live on the Tmogogo website, tmogogo.com. So you can do all that kind of stuff. I'm your host. Cato Hammond. I'm a musician, and I'm an author of the book Take Me Out to the Go-Go. There's a book right here that talks about the really history of go-go, basically through my eyes from its inception. Excellent book. Ain't got nothing but great reviews on it. So you can get that book actually at tmogogobook.com, or you can go to Amazon and get it. And since Christmas is coming up, y'all, got a children's book that you might, I don't know, the way these lights be shining on this thing. This is a book called I Want to Play Too. As you can see, these two little kids with one of them with a guitar in his hand. And this is based on a true story. Based on me and my cousin, Byron B.J. Jackson, who's no longer here. But as you can see, that's me with the hat on. That's Byron with the guitar. And I'm begging him to play his guitar. At any rate, you can grab that on Amazon.com as well. With the other ones. Makes a great Christmas gift. If you're watching and listening and have been listening and watching and stuff, I really thank you very much for your support. All right. Now, let's get into the good part. All right. Now we're going to get to the good part. Now, my guest today, go-go legend Gerald Brooks, the original drummer of the Pumplanders Band and Show. Remember when everybody was calling themselves Band and Show? Because we were band and show. We gave you both. And they were making their footprints in the go-go music industry with such classic hits as, I'm trying to remember. I remember that What Be Happening in the Winter Time, all the freaks gonna freaking, the other junk on and work that. Oh, work that sucker to death. What you work your body, whatever that song goes, and all that stuff. Love Bo Jones. My personal favorite, of course, was the Take That Dip. All that kind of stuff we're going to be talking about. Pumplanders originally came on the scene during the early heydays, the young days of go-go by way of Uptown, D.C., from my memory. My very first time seeing them was at the Howard Theater, somewhere back around 1982-ish, something right around that time. But it definitely wasn't my last time. And but we're going to be talking about all that other stuff as we bring them in here. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the big brother, Gerald Brooks. Gerald, are you there?
Hey, Cato, thank you for having me. It's
Hey,
a pleasure
thank
and
you.
honor.
Right. I'm glad you can hear. I'm glad you're coming through. Everything is working like it's supposed to, you dig?
Yes.
Right. How you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm doing all right, man. Just getting over the flu.
Getting over the flu.
Yeah, I had the flu, man. I hadn't had the flu in 10 years. This was the worst that I ever endured having it. But I got my strength back.
Okay.
I've been rehearsing the band. We work on a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff. Trying to come out with I'm getting ready to release. We're gonna drop something by the end of December. One single. and then I'm gonna do a double CD.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you really got your strength back. You talking grinding and working again.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure that was a scare, man. We in some scary times right now. You did. So, but at any rate, we jumped ahead. We know what's happening today or going to be happening in December with the new release and all that stuff. But I want to paint a picture while we're here tonight. I want to paint a picture of Gerald Brooks and his whole history. This is your life right here. So this whole history of Gerald Brooks and Go-Go and the things you've seen and all that kind of stuff we're gonna be getting into tonight. I want to say so. I'm looking forward to it. So I just want to start the biggest question off. We already know your name is Gerald Brooks. Can you tell everybody where Mr. Gerald Brooks is from? Okay. Those who don't know.
Well, I'm from Uptown, Northwest Uptown. I started playing drums at the age 15. Gregory Burton, Googie. You remember, Googie is. Googie is the stuff. We had a band called Chase Band. Me, him, and Kevin Coward, Porky, Fred, all of us. We went to school together and grew up together.
What school?
This was back in like 79, 80.
Okay.
And I met Go-Go Mickey 2 weeks before Mr. Busey knocked on my door to ask me to play for the Pumplins. They wasn't called the Pumplins at first. They was called something else. But what happened was they were the Busey brothers.
Right.
So the Busey brothers had got a contract to play for Motown. So Mr. Busey and they was cousins, the Busey brothers, and Mr. Busey's son and Kevin Wilson, which was the lead singer and rapper. And Clifton Busey was the drummer, and Keith Showtime Busey was the bass player. So they split because they had differences with the father and Mr. Busey couldn't see eye to eye, whatever they wanted to do with the contract for Motown. They split up.
So the Busey brothers wasn't just a singing group; they were a band.
Yes.
Okay.
They was a family band. They whole band was a family band except for the guitar player. He wasn't no kin. Okay. But to keep Lord George Jr., Andre, he rest in peace. Clifton Busey, rest in peace. Cliff played drums, which we call Boo. Andre, he played keyboards. He sang, he wrote. George wrote. Showtime, which is Keith Showtime Busey, he played bass and sang. And so did Kevin Wilson, rest in peace. He was a cousin.
Okay.
I tell everybody, well, if it wasn't Busey brothers, it wouldn't be no Pumplins because of the way we intertwined together. When they broke up, we got the call to come play with the Pumplins. They wasn't called the Pumplins. They was trying to find a name for themselves. So we had our band was called Chase Band. So Mr. Busey wanted to keep that Busey name in the name of the other band that we was forming.
So you said your band was called. Wait a minute, your band was called Case C-A-S-E?
Chase Band, C-H-A-S-E, Chase Band.
Okay.
Me and Gregory Burton.
Okay.
And so it didn't work out real well. We didn't stay for a minute. I kept on, playing drums. Greg Burton kept on working on cars, and he eventually didn't stop. The interest, he lost interest in playing bass. So a month after, he knocked on the door again and say, "Man, I really need you to come play for my band. I really want you to play for my band." I say, all right. I wasn't doing anything, so I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance. So we started practicing. We started rehearsing. We used to practice on R Street. He had an apartment on R Street. And so we was messing around, back then, how we used to create more than play. We played stuff off the radio also, but we used to try to, we used to say jamming. We ain't never say cranking.
Right.
So we started making so Mr. Busey was like, man, y'all pumping. So he said, I'm gonna name the band Pump Blenders. He had a band called Soul Blenders. Instead of naming the band Soul Blenders, he wanted the band to call Pump Blenders. He said because the energy that was being projected with the band. From we was pumping. He considered us to be a lot of energy.
Right.
So from that day on, we was going down, way down Fredericksburg, Jimmy's Lounge. Remember Jimmy's Lounge?
Oh yeah, I've been many times. But that's what I'm saying. So y'all started out as a go-go band.
Started R&B and go-go band, right?
Right. Okay.
Because what happened was one of my cousin, he's deceased now, Gregory Poe. Mm-hmm. He saw Rare Essence perform downtown, and he came back uptown. He's like, man, I saw this band, and they had this red and white on. Man, they was stepping, and man, they was cranking that drummer's beat and that jungle boogie. They was hitting all that stuff, and he was so excited, man. He was like a cheerleader, right? I said, well, what's the band name? He couldn't remember the name, so he seen him again. And what happened was he was invited to a cookout, and he met Funk, and that's when he found out the name and everything. He came back and told me, and he was excited. So then we started, trying to create off of just by listening to the back then. Now the Bust Loose had popped out. Remember back then?
We're talking around 78 years.
Mm-hmm. So we had, back then was Drummer's Beat. The songs was Drummer Beat, Grew to Get Down by T Connection. They don't know nothing about that, do they?
I remember that. You taking me back now. I definitely
right. So make a long story short, we just started doing shows, man. Long Branch. Mr. Busey was like Joe Jackson without the whip. He as far as like rehearsal, he wanted us. We rehearsed sometimes 5 days a week. And if we miss a beat or we miss a change or transition or a dynamic or accent, he made us do it again. He was drilled it in our head. So our first big show was with Trouble Funk at the White Oak Armory.
Okay.
White Oak Armory. I'll never forget that. And I think that was 80.
That you said never forget it. What about that show? You say, how did you get that show? You remember?
Yeah,
that's a big thing. I mean, your first show is with a big group already.
Right.
You coming out the box with the biggest. You couldn't get no bigger than Trouble at that time.
Right. Well, back then I used to practice all the time, so I had that sharpness like Buggy and Quick and all them. The rudiments. I was rudiment down. So Trouble Funk, that drummer then was what I think it was called Tricky Rick, right? In 81, right?
Okay,
yeah. So he had that set. I only had a 5-piece, but he had a set, all the cymbals and 10 toms. You know how they did. Mm-hmm. So they was intimidating. They was trying to intimidate. So Mr. Busey said, Gerald, answer that drummer. So everything he did, I mimicked him. He got off his set, came on and watched me play. He said, man, you a bad boy. So that's how the energy again started presenting itself. So the next show after that was Rare Essence at Riggs Bowling Alley.
Okay, another good spot. I remember.
Yeah. So then we kept on playing that. Then we kept our spot at Long Branch. Then we started doing all the little spots out there because they was more like a Maryland band then. Because all of them was going to Maryland school, except for Keith and them. Keith and them was in they went to the service. But most of our band was from Maryland at that time, that point of time. Okay. So we played at some school, and they came in, they climbed up through. Somehow they got in and they climbed through the ceiling, and the ceiling collapsed. People was already in there, but they found a way. So we sort of got blackballed from some of the schools out in Maryland. So after that, we started promoters. Joe Clark, remember Joe Clark? Sam. Yeah, all them. They started contacting Mr. Busey and putting us on shows. So we started playing Cherries, Atlas. What's the one was over here near off of where that the Murray and Paul place where everybody go for breakfast. It was a spot right there. Boy, I can't remember the name of it, but it turned into a CVS. I can't remember the name of it. We just was doing all these spots, man. And
you talking about Northwest?
This was in Northwest. I can't remember the name of it. I know Googie probably remember. He remember all that. He wasn't playing bass then. He wasn't even playing with me. But next thing you know, I turned around about 80. When Reality came out about 83.
I'm not sure exactly when they came out.
I think they came out around 83.
Uh-huh.
And we talked for a while and stuff because we was always close. When I grew up, we used to practice here in the basement, and in my basement. Now the funniest thing, and I'm getting ready to tell you this is gonna mess your head up. When I was young, my sister used to take us around the corner on Rittenhouse, Bo Diddley, and she said Chuck Brown practice around there. And at that age, I think I was like, I probably like 7, 8.
Yeah, because you skipped. I mean, we're telling you a story, and we skipped. But I want to go back to that because I want to know how you first became a drummer in the first place. What made you want to
become a drummer? I'm gonna tell you that's this gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
I started playing guitar.
Okay.
So, but guitar wasn't my thing. I loved it though. Mm-hmm. Then my mother, she said, so back then, the people used to knock on your door, see if you want lessons. Then accordion lesson, keyboard. So she said, "You want to play the accordion?" I said, "I try it." Okay. So one day, she was sitting in here. She was ironing, and back in the day, we used to, our mothers never hang clothes out on the line and iron and everything. Every song that came on the radio, I had some spoons, and I went and got a pan out the kitchen. And I was using the table. You know how we used to do on the desk at school? We make a drum. And she called my father. She said, "Look, you need to buy him some drums because everything come on his radio, he plays exactly right behind that beat." So when I got the drums, when you get the drums or whatever, you can't really play an instrument. So my sister, she had a guitar, mm-hmm. and she started playing some song she created. My father lost the cat, and my mama couldn't find the dog, like a bluesy song.
She wrote it.
Yeah, something else. She was messing around, and I started playing the little country beats behind it. So I couldn't catch it. I still couldn't catch the drums, right? What inspired me was my sister husband. He's deceased now. She's deceased. He took us to see the Jackson 5 in Baltimore Civic Center. And he played drums and he played xylophones, like Roy Ayers. Yeah. And that's what really caught me, really made me get more interested in playing and listening to more different music. And I finally got a drummer that lived in the neighborhood named Horace. He came around. He played rock and he played R&B, and he had the double bass drum set. He showed me how to do all the rudiments. And then another guy named Kevin used to live on Rittenhouse. He showed me, and before he went into service. So that's how my drumming began. So then I used to practice.
So just right quick. So you around that time you grabbed the drum and played, but you had musicians in the neighborhood around you. I just wanted to make that point because there was always people playing.
Right. So, and up the street, I don't know if you heard of a band back then, Family Jam Band. They was family.
I guess I would have had to been uptown. Of course.
Yeah. They was right on the same block. So I was surrounded by nothing but musicians. So I just kept practicing. Hour a day rudiments, hour a day beats, and it just started sticking with me. And once it started sticking with me, not in a million years I ever think I'll be playing with a band. We don't think like that at first because even though we start developing our talent and our craft, we never think that I'm gonna be in a band. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play in a band. It never dawned on me. So when I got with Pump Blenders, we always have that first jitters. So the jitters really rubbed off after you get a couple of shows under your belt. But like I say, that the most exciting show that I'll never forget will be that first show we did with Trouble Phone. That was very exciting. That was a very exciting experience for me.
Okay, so you did the Trouble Phone. So you had the Chase Band because I'm getting this timeline going. So you learn the drums as a kid. And when you start off on the guitar, you grab the drums. You connect with Googie and Pork and them, and you work with the Chase Band. From there you go to Pump Blenders.
Right.
In the beginning, part of the Busey Brothers and whatever other band that they call themselves.
Well, Busey Brothers, the Busey Brothers was the Busey Brothers.
Right.
While we was Chase Band, they used to give we used to call them the world's greatest block parties, because what they used to do, they line 20 bands up on Sheridan Street, line up right beside each other. Everybody had their own PA, and
really?
Yeah, and Busey Brothers, they lived there on Sheridan. So what they did, they would play on instead of be on the ground with the other bands, they be up on the top, like on their porch.
Okay.
Like a stage, like a big stage, and they would play last.
Okay.
And it lasts forever. I don't know. Do you remember back in the day, like I don't know. I think this was like 80, probably 80, 81. Emory Heights, when Emory Heights first started doing shows.
Yeah.
They would start at maybe like 5 or 6, and then into about 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You remember that?
Yeah. Well, I remember when we would come through there. We wouldn't stay the whole time, but I remember we would come through.
Yeah, Mass Extension, Rare Essence.
Yeah, Mass Extension.
Osiris. Remember Osiris?
Oh, yeah, I remember Osiris. Hell yeah.
Soul Formula.
Yeah. Who Soul Formula?
Remember Soul Formula? They used to dress up like Parliament Funkadelic.
I don't remember Soul Formula. I probably
remember that? Oh, man. They used to dress up like Parliament Funkadelic and play everything Parliament Funkadelic played.
I knew a lot of bands like that back then, though.
Yeah.
Parliament Funkadelic was heavily influenced a lot of bands during that period.
They sure did. Yeah. That was our thing. You know, I grew up on Earth, Wind, and Fire, Slave.
Yes.
Confunction.
Yes.
Ohio Player. Barcades.
Ramsey
State, right. See, we grew up when I was me and your era. So every time I hear you play something, I say, man, this man ain't here tearing these songs up. When you put the little spins on them, I say, shoot.
trying to tighten my chops up. That's all I'm doing this cold.
Oh man, you tight. That's why I asked you, I say, oh man, I want you to do something with me on one of these songs. And you say, we're gonna talk.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm ready. You know, that's what it was. I wanted to get myself ready, but back on you. Okay. But okay, so we got the Pump Blenders go. Then I'm gonna tell you, like I said, myself, like I said in the introduction, my first time seeing Pump Blenders, and keep it calm, I'm coming from the other side, you know, I'm not from uptown. So we would, catch the metro, the whatever buses, we caught 2 buses to head up to the Howard Theater. And of course we were going to see Rare Essence. So any other band that was opening before them, whether it be Petworth or whether it be Pump Blenders. I remember the first time I seen Pump Blenders. And this, I'm telling myself a little bit. I remember being up on that balcony, and I remember being high. I was getting high back then, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's other. I normally wouldn't say it, but the only reason I'm saying that because I'm up on the balcony, I'm high, and I think I've only messed with boat twice in my life. So I think this particular time I messed with, because it was like what the heck? So I'm watching y'all play. I'm out there, but I'm thinking I'm looking at Rare Essence because the lead rapper. Then I'm high, so I can't tell.
Right.
Rapper, I'm looking down there, and I'm like, he sounded like Lil Benny. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But he sounded like Lil Benny and looked like him, but he was taller, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, yeah. So I'm saying, but it got to the point where, of course, I found out later that it wasn't. Even the song I didn't recognize. I remember even the song that was playing. Why don't you work your body good?
Yeah.
Work that. I don't work that sucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but it got to the point. I remember that the crowd was loving Pump Blenders like, oh man, to the point where every week we would come up, there would be Pump Blenders. And we would want to get in early. We're going in early to see Pump Blenders because them cats be cranking like a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I even remember the night y'all out crank Essence. I remember that Jungle Boogie wasn't
Jungle Boogie talks about it all the time. He talks about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, y'all was going that hard up to Howard, like good googly. This ain't the new Howard. This is back when the Howard was all dark and musty and
right,
you know
right,
like a hole in the wall. But that was the spot. Remember, we all like teenagers at the time.
I can tell you a story.
First encounter, you know, and that Take That Dip. Oh my gosh, I used to love that Take That Dip song. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you a story about that though.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you why I like it. And then you give me a story of that song. One of the biggest reasons I like to Take the Dip because it took us back to the band and show thing I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because like I want to take that dip and boom, and everybody freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Like got dot.
Yeah.
Got to dot. You know what I'm saying? So that's my first experience, but it wasn't my last experience. But yeah, I want to hear that Take That Dip story.
Take That Dip came from it actually was an accident. We practiced so much, so we was just making up songs. Kevin Busey and George Busey Jr. When our days I didn't work, man, they will pick me up, and Mr. Busey he had brought a store and knocked the wall out on the other side of the store, so that at night we did shows. So, and it also was our rehearsal spot. So what happened was they kept on, you know, it's really a explicit song, believe it or not. So DIP means the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, so basically, but we created these songs. They always had something. They said, "Man, I got this song, man. We need to come on, Gerald. I need you to come down here and put something to it and put some kind of beats to it. And let's see what it come out with." Sylvia Logan Shop from Chic sang on Work That Sucker to Death when we recorded it.
Yeah, I know. I went to school, so went to do that.
Yeah. She and these songs that they created, man, they created so much stuff. Believe it or not, sometimes they was high. It's almost like Sly Stone. You know what I'm saying? They was like musical geniuses. And Funk the People. We had a song called Funk the People. The first album had nothing but originals on it. Nothing but the last two albums from 90 album about had three originals and a couple covers.
Right.
The 92 had one cover remake of the Jackson 5.
I Want You Back. I remember that.
Yeah. Now Max King picked us up in before Good to Go came out. He saw that at the Howard Theater and he told Mr. Busey, them y'all guys got that magic. He said, I want to manage y'all. I want y'all to be part of my team. Cause you know he was doing that like Motown. He was like the Motown Berry Gordy of Go-Go.
Yeah, them Ted.
And so we hung out with Chuck, you know, Sugarfoot Willman, Ricky, Trouble Funk. It was Reds. So I don't know if you seen that show that's on YouTube when we got all that white on.
Yeah, I seen y'all the New York jump.
Yeah. Now, that was Madonna's Welcome Home tour party right there. So we met Madonna that night. And so when she was coming down, we was coming down, get ready to hit the stage. And so, you know, the guys got excited. Oh man, Madonna. Everybody trying to run over and get her and hug her and stuff. The security stepped in. No. She said, no. Let them come. She hugged everybody. She talked. She said, I love go-go music.
Madonna said that?
She said, I love go-go music. She said, I love it. And we opened up for Reds. And then 2 weeks later, we came back down and we played at the Palladium. And it was Reds and Boys, Pumplin' and Trouble Funk, Sluggo, Chuck Brown and Soul Searchers, and I think it was EU. Was it EU? EU was on there too.
So that New York show, that was a Max Kidd thing. Max Kidd got that.
Max Kidd, he hooked all that. He did that. He wanted the Pumpliners to get in scene of the movie, the play also. But the producers, we met one day early in the morning in Georgetown at this restaurant. We had breakfast and everything. And they said everything was already done. But our saxophone player at that time, which was Cliff, he had a small scene in there. But Matt's kid really loved the Pumpkins, man. He was like, so what happened was Right On Magazine was you remember Right On Magazine back in the day. They was there, so we got it. We ended up being in the magazine, so did EU, everybody, a lot of pictures and stuff. So at the time, Kevin Busey, which is a cousin, he started feeling like he was bigger than the band.
Okay, that's sitting in.
It happens, it happens.
Yes, indeed. Every other story got that kind of situation.
Yeah. So he ended up with Sluggo. We were still doing shows. We don't know if he gonna show up or not.
Right.
So I told Lord Joe, I said, Lord, because we used to practice in the studio all the time, and we always switched up on instruments, all of us, even rapping on the mic and stuff. And I said, Lord George, you know how to rap. When we in here practicing, playing, and bull crapping, you need to get on. You're gonna have to get on that mic because you know the songs. You know how to lead in and out the songs, and then put your twist and swag to it, and the people they'll like you. So he had a little funk in him, so it panned out. It worked, So
so that's how George. Because I do remember when George, some years later, maybe in the late '80s, George was doing the lead rapping.
Right. I pushed him to do that. And he's back in the band now.
He is now today.
Okay. Yeah, I got him back in the band. And because what happened, I'm gonna give you a little brief scenario on what's going on with this situation. I was with Rocksteady, and I think that was like 2000. And what we did was we went to see Mr. Busey, and Mr. Busey said, "Man, I want to do a reunion with the Pumpkins." And so we said, "Yeah, okay." So at the time, Rock, he was trying to put the Crossover band back together, and I was helping him with that and playing drums too. Right. So when we was up to Mr. Busey's place, George and Rock went on and walked on ahead. They was talking, and me and Mr. Busey was talking. He said, Gerald, he said, man, if anything happened to me, I want you to take over the band, take Lil George with you, and y'all keep doing what y'all supposed to do to make the band successful. So at that time, you don't ever think of somebody come talk to you about something gonna happen to him or her, So I said, man, ain't nothing gonna happen to you, man. Stop playing, because I never they called him Uncle George. I always called him George. Right. And I had more of a fatherly and a son rapport with him than an uncle, because when I first got around him, I was going through a bad time I was young. I was going through a bad time with a girlfriend. You know how we do. We young, but we still had the bull crap going on with the girls and stuff. So, so a year later, he passed. So it never dawned on me about taking over or running no band because I was always the quiet one in the band. I come do what I'm supposed to do, and I leave. So finally, 2011 came around, and I said, okay, I called some of the guys. Let's do a reunion. It's on YouTube. You get a chance, you can check it out. I called Rock up. I called Steve, and we did it. So we try to keep it together. But the egos. You know how the egos are. The egos fly. So I called them back again, 2015, and we did 3 shows, and we made money. And Jill Greenlee did a write-up on one of them, and she was like, she was very impressed, because Pumpkins, they had the choreography and stuff like Junkyard. We had a show like, we always had energized stuff going on with whatever we play and however we play and whatnot. So it didn't pan out. Ego. So I put the band together again in 2016 with new members. with new members, and some of the I think two of my keyboard players played with me back then. They stayed, and I just kept doing shows. I was opening up for EU, Proper Utensils, Familiar Faces then before they became Still Familiar and stuff like that. So like I said, I did, I honored and did what he asked me to do. So what keep me going with this now is more like I don't put so much in it and so much time and so much energy. And I started realizing that while I'm out here doing what I'm doing, I'm honoring somebody that, he had a legacy, he had a dream, and I'm living my dream, but I'm living his dream too, to see that his band will be successful doing what they're supposed to do. And a lot of the members I have, it's so funny how God works. I have a connection with all of them where now I don't have to come in there and I need y'all to do this. I need y'all to do that. It's just like they know what to do, and it's nobody in there disrespecting nobody, and they have so much fun and so much love and respect in there, and it just makes you just want to come to rehearsal and grow as a band, as a unit, Okay. So, but I gotta tell you one more thing. I know I'm going back and forth in and out different spots.
That's good. Go with take it where you want to go.
The first show, that first Capitol Center show, 5 years before we did that.
When was this?
I had wrote on the back room where I used to stay at. Me and my brother, we had a room. Pumplin is live at the Capitol Center. And I didn't put the year or none of that. I just say live at the Capitol Center. So in 90 was our first show at the Capitol Center. So they say how you say you etch something in stone?
Yeah.
So it came true. So
what show was that? Who was on that card?
That was Big Daddy Kane, Queen Latifah, Heavy D, Troop, Digital Underground, and Pleasure. Now we supposed to came on first.
Right.
Pleasure had a show to go play wherever they had to play. Everybody had other shows. So Big Daddy Kane came to Mr. Busey, said, look, I got another show. I supposed to headline. He said, everybody else got shows. Y'all want to close? Mr. Busey said, sure. So we closed the show out. Yeah, so we played last on that show.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so that was a blessing, man. That was a blessing. And after that, Rio, we had got with Rio. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Rio, we was with Rio when we did that, and Rio just kept pushing us and made sure we had a tight show, and we was doing a lot of shows with Rare Essence back then. We had a 3.5-year run down Howard Theater. And and that was a blessing. And Miss Mack wanted to help manage the band. Remember how you say how everybody was liking the Pumpliners? They was coming to the window and saying, has Pumpliners played yet? And she was thinking that something was wrong. She said, ask questions. Miss Mack asked you. They said, nah, they be doing their thing. They blanking. So she said, shoot. She asked Mr. Busey, say, I want to help manage the band. Mr. Busey said, I'll think about it. Then when he told her no, we got blackballed. So we started playing our Fredericks. I got to tell you one more thing.
Nah, keep going. That's interesting. Oh my goodness.
We had auditions for horns. And Steve and Donnell Floyd used to play with Chance Band then. Yeah. So they came to audition. I came late. But Mr. Busey, he chose Steve. He didn't choose Donnell. The next night, Donnell on stage with Rare Essence down in Howard Theater. Okay. I say, man, Mr. Busey, that's the worst mistake you ever. That's the worst mistake you ever made. He's like, he said, you right.
That was during that time. Yeah, I was me and Donnell. We was going to school together as well. So okay, that was during that period.
Oh yeah, but do you remember when I was playing with Reality down? Y'all, I think you was playing with Proper Utensils. We used to come down. We used to open up down Breeze down the Metro Club.
Yeah.
I was playing drums with them then.
Yeah.
Before yeah, I got the call to go on Rocksteady, Ricky Rocksteady Brown. And I love that dude, man, like a real brother.
Rocksteady a bad dude, boy.
Bad dude. Matter of fact, And he came when he came to the band. It was him. I had to audition him and 2 other Congo players. And what made me choose Rock was when I switched my beats, he switched his beats. I said, Mr. Busey, that's the man right there. That's him. That's what we need right there. And he came and got me. I was working at Kept Mill Music, and he came and got me. That was 94. And my mother kept saying, man, Rock been come past here all day for you. He said, call him. I don't care what time it is. Just call him. He said, call him. I called him. He said, man, you ready for the big time? I said, Rock, what you talking about? He said, man, we get ready to go on tour with Intro. I said, Intro? I said, I was getting ready to buy the CD today from Kept Mill, Kept Mill Music. So the next day, shoot, I'm down there at 12 o'clock at night. We practicing 12 to 3 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to go across seas. So I was in London for 2 weeks before we even started doing the tour. But the funny thing is, I got a call from Funk, and I thought somebody playing on my phone. And he was like, no, man, I like how you play. I like your style. I want you to come and play with proper utensil. You ain't got to audition because I already heard you. And I said, well, Funk, I'm getting ready to go on tour with Intro. I would love to do it. They say, but when I come back, if the spot's still open, I'll be glad to take it. Right. So I think when I came back, I think Blue Eyed Daryl was playing.
Was it Daryl or Jimmy Jam?
Either Jimmy Jam. I think they got rid of Jimmy Jam or Jimmy Jam quit.
So it was Daryl. Okay.
Yeah. So when I came back, Daryl was playing. Yeah. Okay. So Googie said, Gerald, I forgot to tell you. Yeah. I gave Funk your number because he asked about you. I thought somebody playing on my phone. These things you never think that somebody gonna be calling your phone. And because at first I'm like,
that's how I thought. When Lil Benny first called me, I thought it was somebody playing on the phone.
See,
yeah, so
that's somebody playing on the phone. And we did 3 shows with Benny. I found the CDs last week. Come think of it. And Benny said he come on there. He came to me back there. We was talking. He said, man, y'all don't need me, man. He said, man, y'all cranking me. Y'all don't need me. He said, I'm going up here and I'm gonna do this thing with y'all and for y'all because I love y'all. But he went up there and played them songs. He knew what he wanted. Yeah. He turned around, tell me what he want. And we took off on them shows, man. I love that dude, man. That energy was impeccable.
Yeah, I love being on stage. Yes, indeed. You were going to dance as a band member.
Yeah, man.
We took choreography, dance lessons and steps.
Yeah.
Those were the days. But I want to ask you, now see, you didn't sing, but you seen the beginning. So you seen the changes in the styles and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to hear your thoughts on, even as you was trying to, still get the pumping this thing going, the styles of the 80s when the 90s came in, which when I think of the 90s, the beginning of the 90s, I call that I refer to Junkyard as the leaders of the new school. And the reason being, because Junkyard from the old school, but they ushered in that new generation in the 90s that started following their style. But it was a difference. It was less musical than it was previously. So what are your thoughts on the changes over the decades period? We talking late 70s through the 80s, through the 90s, in the new millennium.
It's a big difference because when I first started playing it, the speed was fast.
Right.
It was fast at first. Right. And then I used to listen to a lot of we used to listen to a lot of R&B. So if I hear something on an R&B record and it was a tempo that moved me and I felt that moved people, I would take it up under my wing and use it as a concept and how I played go-go. And now it's being played at a way where how can I describe it? It's the style, everybody's style now is almost the same. Almost the same, but it's not. It's not like okay. I can give you a prime example. If you listen to Stomp Dogg, Stomp Dogg got his own thing. 2000. Yeah, he got his own thing. Oh man, 06, he ran 06. That was his year. Nobody was messing with that joker.
Okay.
I mean, I got some CDs. I sit back and listen. I said, this joker is unbelievable. Okay. Right. I love Buggy. Buggy, the same way. Buggy got his own thing. Quick, own thing.
Jam and Jam. You say got their own thing, you mean it?
They drive.
Distinguish who the drummer is just by hearing them.
Right. They drive. All of them have different drives, and they have a certain technique how they play. Where they play they sockets and they pockets. Okay. You know, they throw their little tricks in it, but they have a certain way how they drive to make people party. How they drive. You know. Now
you
like
can tell just by listening who was who, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's and like me coming up, Foots, Ricky Willman,
right,
Heavy One. Them was my mans. And Butch. I used to love Butch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I used to love Butch.
Yeah.
Butch, you know, hey, Foots, that was my main number one.
Right.
You know, all I used to listen to one time was RE. But my main band far as what I really liked, but at the time before I started liking Foots was Trouble. You know, I was a trouble head. But I love
like on the drums, Alonzo. Which
I heard Lonzo. Lonzo was good too. Lonzo, Mack,
right.
Yeah. It was another guy playing with Mack played when they had Double Trouble. You remember that? What was his name?
You got me on that one. Double Trouble.
Yeah, when they used to do the Double Trouble. The two drummers at the same time.
Okay, I didn't know who the drummer. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they was bad. That thing was off the chain. A lot of people don't even know that Trouble Funk used to have the trailer with a TF on it, break off and turn into a stage.
Yeah. You
remember that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't remember Trouble had one, but you just reminded me of the Showmobile stage.
Trouble Funk had one too. Yeah. Big Tony.
Okay, no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also 2K 2000. What was that? 2009. No, take that back. 2002 or 2003. We got a call from Juju the Gentleman. He came past our rehearsal 12 o'clock at night, and he said, "Look, I need y'all to learn these 6 songs. I will crossover them." And they for Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg ain't supposed to rap. He just wants y'all to play the music in the background while he gives the interview.
Right.
Okay, we playing these songs, we driving. But Rock put this, Rock stopped putting that go-go on it, right? I'm following. So next thing you know, shoot, we start playing Gin and Juice. He came out. The whole entourage come out. His uncle, Busy Bone, Corrupt, Daz Dillinger. All them on stage, Tidy. And we had Tidy. We had Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? We had T, which is Tony Shop brother. Okay. Up there. We had a guy, 6 Speed. You remember 6 Speed? He played guitar and sax.
6?
Yeah, 6 Speed. I think they call him 6 Speed. Okay. I think that's what they called him back then. Okay. Who else was on keyboards? It was Marky and Scotty. Mm-hmm. Scotty that played with y'all with Proper Blue. He played with us too. Yeah.
Marky. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I found out, let me tell you, we got to start checking our tree. I'll tell you why. I found out Marky, my second cousin.
Oh, for real? Oh yeah, well, that's not surprising. I think we found out a lot if we check that tree.
We got to check our tree, man. I shared the room with this joker on tour with the intro, SWV tour. After he come home, he come help my moms and them out and everything. I turn around, I got on this dating site. And his cousin, couldn't find out his cousin, we got to talking. I brought her past to see my moms. They got to talk about Fredericksburg and naming all these people. My mother's brother is her whatever. That would make us second cousins. But I said, Lord Jesus, good thing I ain't,
right.
ain't nothing happened. But I found out me and him second cousin, man. We been, but we was always close. That's a funny thing.
Right.
It's a funny thing, man.
All right, so now you guys you still doing it. What are you seeing is different from the go-go audience? Is it different than what it was? Are you you know in what way?
Call and response sometimes.
You said call and response. Expand on that. What do you mean?
Well, you remember back in the day, we always had a lot of call and response, and
right.
we made the audience part of the show.
Right.
So the way a lot of the bands play now, they don't have that. Now, only ones that still have it is EU. I see Sugar Bear on straight. He don't get away from it. He keeps that in his show.
Right.
He keeps, when he gets to a certain part, he'll use the Redskins and all that, and everybody hollering. Bug's the same way. Bug's got a thing where he say certain stuff, and they respond back to him.
It's funny you say that because I thought about that today. Because another person who's excellent at it, still excellent at calling response is Rapper.
Right?
Yeah. He gets the crowd. He gets that communication. Oh. It's interesting. The reason it says interesting you say that because just earlier today, there's different discussions going on online, and somebody made a comment of when they were talking about the CeeLo Green, they said, "Well, that ain't go-go because go-go is all about call and response." And I remember when I read that, I was thinking, bands don't do call and response like they used to. Maybe it was just maybe it's just me, but bands don't really. Not the way call and response used to be.
Right.
So I'm feeling what you're saying about that, meaning the crowd almost determined what you was playing and how you played it and how long you played it. Yes. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, the crowd would yell your stuff for you to play. If it was rare, the crowd yelling, "Take me out to the go-go," not because Benny asked, because they wanted to hear it.
That's right. That's right.
So I don't really see that kind of happening in today's go-go,
Yeah.
So you on point with that one. Okay. What else?
Yeah. Somebody brought to my attention, because a lot of the bands, including my band, we play the Grown and Sexy, where we play so much that we don't play enough originals. So I had started playing 2 Pumplin' originals for the past 2 years. What I did was, since I have a new band, we put a little different stuff to it, some hooks to it, and some more different kind of music to it towards the middle and the end. And it's been working. And as we used to say authentic go-go, real, we say real go-go, not the shooby-dooby. But the thing is, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back slowly. Coming back? I think it's coming back. A lot of bands are catching on where, okay, well, we got to get back to where our original came from. Like when RE do their songs, they do Take Me Out to the Go-Go. They might do Get on the Wagon. All them songs back then, that was the songs that we grew up on. Right. Shake It, Don't Break It. I used to love that. That was my junk. Must Be Dreaming. Stuff like that. That had the crowd rocking. The crowd they love it. I done seen people go crazy. Like a DJ might play We Must Be Dreaming, I Must Be Dreaming, and that Paul go, oh, and the crowd go, just like Scooby Mike, he got that day, and the crowd go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, them little hooks and them, that's what make them go crazy. And Rapper, he got to get them up. Hey, put them up.
Hey, I love that. So every time he do that, get him up. Hey, I love that.
And I don't think one thing about him, what I love about him, he humble, man. He's a humble dude. He don't get that attention he need or should be getting, and he ain't tripping. And that's a good thing about him. I love that about him, because that joke, anytime you can run 3 bands, Northeast Groove, What Band, and Project 71.
Right.
He controls every last one of them bands and has every last one of them got their own sound to them and their own songs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they got their own niche.
Right.
I take my hat off to that man. You know what I'm saying? And
no doubt.
Yeah, he does it. He does a hell of a job. I tell you who else good at stuff like that too. Steve Roy, he's excellent with that because he got that 3-man thing going on. He sing, rap, and he rap, So
right.
Yeah.
So you watching everybody?
I'm an analyst. We've been taught to watch and see what's going on.
Yes, indeed.
So that way you can say you broaden your mind, so we can broaden our mind too. So I know what to do.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm just a music person. Period. I mean, I listen to everything. Mm-hmm. Rock. Shoot, you might come in one time. I might have Beethoven on in here. You might.
Man, do that. What was that, John? You remember that back in the 70s? What was his name? What was the guy? The song "The Fifth of Beethoven." What was his name?
Oh yeah, it's I know you talking. I can't remember.
It was something Walter something.
Walter somebody, and that John cranking.
Yeah, that John crank. Yeah,
that John cranking.
Play that John. Yeah.
And look, I belong to a church. I joined church in '93, Emory United Fellowship Methodist Church. Okay. And when I joined, it wasn't no drummer. I didn't know they didn't have a drummer. I didn't know. The Spirit led me there with my ex-wife. Next thing you know, I just kept playing with the church, and the church kept growing and growing. So one day they played a song. It was about what's the name of that song? My Will. I can't remember the name of the group. It's a men of standing.
Okay.
So my godson, I took him to see Chuck down at Stone Soul Picnic. Mm-hmm. And that Sunday, I said he wanted to play the conga. So we had the full conga, So we started off the song as they play it on the record. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, he just went into that beat like Foxy Rod do on Chuck with Chuck. Mm-hmm. Man, we played that song. We had that church in there rocking for like 40 minutes. You hear me? People in there going.
Yeah, boy.
So I've been at the church since '93. The church done grew. The church done grown. We raised like $65 million for the rebuilding. We have affordable apartments around it and everything. So it's a blessing, man. I'm just grateful and thankful to still be here to do this thing I call go-go and music. I just love it. It's my life.
It's interesting the musicians there that do other stuff, because believe it or not, I've been playing the drums for my church for the past 15 plus years, and nobody, outside, nobody in go-go really know or that I play drums, you know what I'm saying? And
I didn't even know it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I just got on the drums by accident. This is a church out in Virginia, and what it is that I'm not a drummer, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I play by go-go rules.
Right.
So I play by feel, and I got rhythm, so I can give you a tight pocket. I can't roll out, but I can tighten. And because I'm tight in the pocket, mm-hmm. that's what they love. So they say, man, you're a great drummer. I'm like, man, I don't do nothing special. I keep that job in the pocket, and my foot is strong. I said, but if you think I'm a great drummer, you should know the drummers that I know, because I'm not a drummer. But that's
all that matter. In go-go, that's really the key to it. It's we the heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The melodic rhythm of the go-go with the conga. Us together, we playing.
Keep it locked. Keep it. You know what? I honestly, and now it made me think. I honestly think about when people say, if you're not from the area, you don't understand. You don't understand how maybe they just don't understand. That joint got to be locked. If it ain't locked and tight, it
ain't right.
It ain't right. That's going for real. Lock it, what he called it. that jaw got to be locked tight.
That's true. That's
you
true.
know, if it ain't tight, if it's too loose, then it won't have that, to me, that go-go appeal feel, you know.
That is so true.
So I think that's something that we here understand. It's not just a beat. It's locking it. It's a feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know.
It's a feel.
It's definitely a feel.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see the CeeLo Green jump that everybody been talking about?
Man, I love it. I love the song, man.
Me too. Me too.
I think our people sometimes, what's the word I want to use without being sarcastic? I believe that our people need to sometimes just look at stuff and say, that's going to work. That's going to, regardless what they feel. You know, we all are different. We all different. We think different. We feel happy. Right. But the thing is, look at it like they not looking at the fact that for years y'all running around playing this man's song, F You.
Yeah.
You running around playing his song,
Crazy.
I'm monkey crazy.
Yeah.
He ain't crying. He ain't complaining. Right? But he come out with an original song. And all he did was take transitions to the butt and sardines to play homage to two great bands of our side of our city. You know what I'm saying?
And give him a shout. And give him a shout in the process.
And give him a shout out. So it should never be hate. It should be congratulate.
You know what I think it is, though? You know what I think it is? I think it's fear. I think it's fear. That's why, because you know, people keep saying, take from us. People are fear, afraid or worried, even whether they admit it or not, that it's going to be taken from us. And that can't happen. Once you understand that can't happen, then you should be cool. I mean, BB King or whoever else, whether it's Muddy Waters or whoever, can't worry about who won't play blues. You can't take anything. Only thing you can do is do your version of it and pay homage to it and like you want to. Just with any form of music. You know, I don't want to get on soapbox and all that, but you can't take anything. Music don't belong to anyone.
That's true.
Chuck Brown laid the foundation, but it was everybody else who built that house.
That's right.
Mainly Ray Essence. I mean, when I say mainly Ray Essence, because everybody was emulating what Ray Essence was doing.
Amen. That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But even that, so even here, a band can say, well, dang, Ray Essence can say if they wanted to, and they not play it like that. Ray Essence is the one who brought in the goomba. When you look at the image of Go-Go, you got two congas and two goombas. Okay, that was brought in by Ray Essence. Everybody followed that suit.
That's true.
You didn't hear Ray Essence say, "Man, why they stealing from us?" No, music is art. People need to, but I think they're just scared. When you think somebody gonna take something from, that's how racist people are. I'm not saying they're racist, but racist people are racist because they scared something gonna get taken from them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be jobs or whatever else. So it's like, you know, we've been doing this for years, and then they go out there and they gonna make a hit. Ain't nobody stopped anybody from making a hit.
Nah.
But the focus wasn't on making a hit. The focus was getting the bag at the gig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's honestly I think it is. Especially when you got your favorites. Like, well, they should have put such and such up there, such and such. Don't worry about it. That's a show. The only people who gonna remember that show mainly is us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else talking about that show, they talking about how Brandy performed and how such and such performed and everything else. It just ain't on the phone. So I honestly believe it's fear. Once people get out of that fear and understand can't nothing be taken from you,
right? Then
it's all good.
Well, Fox did the next morning. Fox said they gave him a good praise. They said CeeLo Green did his go-go cut, and they was like, you know, same thing with how me and you talking. You love it. Actually, and they can't take nothing from us because they got to remember we went through the Don't Mute DC thing, right? And everybody knows that this is the sound of Washington D.C.
Everybody knows that.
So all that man gonna do, he gonna get paid off of it, yeah. But don't get mad and hate and just put this man down talking about this, that. Create your own song. Go on and create your song.
Learn something out. Yeah. CeeLo been hustling with Go-Go for a long time now. You know what I'm saying?
But what I do hope this do is wake the DJs up, and hopefully the DJs will start playing more Go-Go like they used to back in the day. Hopefully, prayfully. Back in the day we used to have at least an hour on radio. And
I'm talking about the songs, not the PA tapes. The songs.
No, I'm talking the songs. I'm talking about songs. Yeah.
I'm talking about the
right.
songs.
I wish they play. Yeah. Because there's a lot of they can go back and play some of the old stuff and just bring it back out, play it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who gonna hear it and like it.
2 songs is over 30 years old. Both those songs over 30 years old. Why are you crying because he gave tribute to songs that's over 30 years old? Then if those bands played it today, you'd be saying, why they still playing that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, look at Frankie Beverly. He's still playing Before I Let Go.
You not
enjoying pain?
Of course. Earth, Wind and Fire to this day still playing Reasons.
It's still playing Reasons. Get Away.
They're supposed to. It's their song.
Mm-hmm. Serpentine Fire.
Right. Sometimes the fans can be funny, but I love the fans. But boy, they very overprotective, boy.
Man. But that's to me, that's a win-win for DC. To me.
It is. Yeah.
I really believe, because now when he drop it, the DJ is gonna play it, and that's gonna make them play our go-go that's here already.
Hopefully. We know how politics get with that.
Oh, it's a lot of politics.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against radio, whatever they do, what they do, but they got their own agendas and why they do it. Because in all honesty, radio could have been a big factor in go-go blowing up nationally. Mm-hmm. Radios and DJs, they're instead, you know what I'm saying, they're the tastemakers or whatever, but instead they've been gatekeepers, in my opinion. That's just me. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? But any song, to me, I believe any song can be a hit if you put it on rotation. Any song. If you heard it on rotation, it's like, okay, when put that record Sexy Lady out, right? Mm-hmm. And the radio had it in heavy rotation.
Heavy rotation.
All right, now, if it's in heavy rotation, you're hearing it all the time.
That's true.
I'm driving a car. My daughter was real young back then. So I'm driving a car, and it comes on the radio, and she's singing along with it. She's a little tiny girl at the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's singing along with it. Why? Because it's in heavy rotation.
Right.
So I honestly believe that if Go-Go had gotten put in all this music that y'all put out, all these bands, and I'm talking about original stuff, if they had stayed in heavy rotation in radio, even if they stopped putting it, I'm not talking about PA Jones. The reason people keep asking why Go-Go keep playing covers, because even when they hit a radio, if it's a half hour on the radio, they're hearing PA stuff from shows.
Right.
So, let me get off my soapbox. But
you true. That's a true thing. Yeah, what I've been seeing lately on social media, a lot of them let's record, let's do this. So it don't woke them up. It don't woke a lot of the music up. Yeah. But the thing about
with thanks to social media, you don't just need radio. You can get it heard without the radio now. That's what I love.
Because a lot of the stuff that you be playing is nice. Okay. I even like your version of Flip Side. I mean, I know you was doing what they did, but I still heard something different, like something you did something to it. The way you,
I just slowed it because it wasn't Go-Go, and I did that on a whim because it's my man Mark and Slim Jim. I just wanted, they used to join them on me for liking it. A lot of people, because it was a techno funk type of sound, electronic sound.
James Anthony.
Yeah. Slim.
Guess what? James Anthony is a Busey. He's a first cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Really? Yeah. Okay.
J Rock and Roll, that's one of my cousins. He my first.
Ron?
Hey, Rock and Ron.
Ron, oh, okay. Okay, all right. Well, shucks.
Yeah, I watch all that stuff they be saying. I'll be laughing.
Yeah, but it's all good because we all family. But that was the reason I did that flip side, Joe, just to show that if you slow that beat down, put it on the go-go beat, that job can be just as funky as anything else. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's no fun. I brought that joint when it first came out, and I listened to it. I say, man, it's on Mercury
record. Yep.
And I say, man, you sure this right answers? I kept looking when it first came, because I used to work at Kep Mills, so I used to buy every time something came out, I jumped on it,
No, I remember it because it came out right around the time my cousin first started playing with him, BJ.
Okay.
Right. So of course he's not on it, but because he was in the group and I used to hang with them and be with the group all the time, I heard it even before it came out. So I was ready for it when it came out. I'm a music lover.
Yes, me too.
I love go-go, but I'm a music lover.
I love all music, man. All
exactly. So I liked it a lot.
Right.
I liked it because it showed diversity with the band. Back then in go-go, do you remember how if a band played a cover song, people loved it because it showed that a band could play cover if they wanted to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's the norm, but back then it was like, if we played, man, did you hear such and such play? Like when y'all was hitting I Want You Back. And what was his name? Keith used to sing that jump.
Keith White.
Keith.
Keith Busey was rapping. And,
right. So we would say, man, Pump This Great, did you hear him play that? You kind of bragged about him hitting the cover song because you was sized that they could do it that way. You see what I'm saying? When we hear our favorite band, we hear old EU playing Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart Here.
Right.
It's like we already know they can do go-go because we heard all the stuff. Now we know they can do a cover if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing how this stuff switched over the years. But yeah.
DJ Cool 20-minute workout. When you get a chance, play the 20-minute workout. People thought that was Rare Essence. That's Pumplin'. That's I Want You Back. That's the percussion part of I Want You Back.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that. Okay.
That's the Pumplin'. DJ Cool 20-minute workout. Nobody knew that. I told somebody that they say stop lying. I said that's us. They didn't do them but sample it. They sampled it and put it in the 20-minute workout. Yeah.
Okay. That's our music. That's our culture that we love, man.
That's our culture, man.
So you say y'all got some stuff that y'all working on and releasing. I'm really looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, man. It's amazing. What I did was some of the stuff I went back in and pulled it back out that we never really dropped some stuff, and some stuff that we had made up with the new band. With like lyrics and hooks, little rap to it. But I think people gonna like it. I really because they're not gonna
playing with you now. Who are the members right now?
Oh wow, Brianna, my female singer. Glenn plays bass. Benny Brown's on guitar.
Okay.
Marky plays keys with me.
Marky Owens?
Yeah, Marky Owens. George Busey Jr. is on keys, and he helps with some of the old school stuff that he do. We help like collaborate on it. I have horns now too. I went and got some of my old horn players. My trombone player is Dale. My pastor's nephew is Kobana. He plays trumpet. I taught him how to play drums. He played drums too. He's excellent on the drums. Who else I got? Mario. Mario's on percussion. Who else I got in there? And I got another player, Noel. I don't know if you know Noel. He calls himself Fitz Mason. He played with me also.
I don't know. So you're not on the drums?
I'm still playing drums. I'm still playing. Okay. Every time I try to get off, them jokes will be like, "Oh, Bam is my Bam. He raps in Bam that he raps for Steel Band. A guy named Keith Lee.
Bam was with y'all? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Keith Lee sings tenor. Okay. And Tyrone he's like the choir boy of the band. You know how somebody can go different ranges and stuff. So sometimes I play like some. I might play that I say Benny Brown guitar. What's that song? You know I love you.
Oh, Lenny White.
Yeah, he can sing till he tears that up.
Lenny White.
Yeah. So sometimes what I do is I go back and do medley of songs.
I mean Lenny Williams.
Yeah. Of old school songs, right? To show people that I'm just not a go-go musician, that I love to play music. So y'all can and what's so funny is the guy in Baltimore, I took a song, Pop Was a Rolling Stone. And we started playing it like you know how you be in a socket and people just partying, and we just started playing it. And they went crazy. So they just started playing around. We were just grooving it at first. So we just kept playing it. We just kept playing it. So that I took the Clean Up Woman, revived that. I created a song off of All Water Night. You know what song? Frankie Valli.
All Water Night.
Yeah. That's what I want you to play with me on. That's what I want you to play with me on.
That? Oh, heck yeah.
But when you hear it, look, it's something that we can sell to the NBA.
Oh, okay. Hey, look.
Yeah, because when you hear the lyrics, you're going to be like, man.
Look, you just let me know. I'm ready.
I know you are.
So,
yeah, I know you are. I trust you. I heard you. You mean with it.
Is it?
I've been working, man. I've been doing some stuff, man. And I'm catering to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I even took a song, and I put a little bounce to it, but it's a mature bounce, and believe it or not, it's an old song, right? Okay. And who gave me the idea of that was T.O.B., which are a younger bounce beat band.
Oh yeah.
So I analyze everything everybody does. Instead of me I'm not gonna be in all that fussing and arguing and disputing and debating. Well, I'm gonna take y'all ideas and I'm gonna run with it. So y'all keep on debating, give me more power, and I'm good. Thank you, Jesus.
It is. So, I mean, is there any place online where somebody can hear anything that you've done in the past 2 years or whatever?
Right now, it's a lot of my old shows. Rick Logan, he tapes us on Sundays. I'll make sure that I can send it to my page. I got a page called the Blenders, aka Pump Blenders Band, and I had one called the Pump Blenders Band, and it's like a website too. But you can go ahead and you'll see it if you go and just put my name in. You're gonna see my name, then you're gonna see the Blenders, and then you're gonna see the Pump Blenders on them. I have white on the Pump Blenders one, and on the Blenders I got this green hat, and I'm a little dressed up, got my little suit and ties and stuff on. So if you click on that, you can see a lot of old shows, a lot of new stuff, and I'll make sure that people will get be able to see. But I am going to create a website so people can get snippets and hear snippets of what we do. Now, there's a guy in Baltimore. What's the guy named Baltimore? Mike? Is that his name? I think his name Mike. He sells all the CDs down there. He sells a lot of stuff.
Market out there?
Huh? Yeah, the market. Patasco. And every time I go down there, Mo Gentry run my sound every now and then. And Mo had took some stuff down there to him. He said people is loving it. So I said, okay. And so I'm heading in the right direction, what I'm doing. So I'm just staying in my own lane. I ain't worrying about competing and who better than who. That's not my forte. It never has been. I always been a humble guy, man. I'm a fun-loving, I'm crazy. I like to have fun. I make people laugh. I keep my band laughing. I'm the comedian in the band, Okay. If they down, I lift them up. I have something crazy to say they love. I keep them laughing. They love to come to rehearsal, man. They love the band. They love me. And I thank God that God placed a lot of beautiful people around me that want to be connected to me. I always ask them, I say, y'all sure y'all want to run with Eddie Kane one last time? They had to laugh, And nights like this. So
okay, let me a couple of questions before we roll. I want to ask just a couple of general questions. Okay, now art and music has an impact on both the young and the old, and everybody loves a celebrity. So, what advice do you have for the youth of today? Now, I know a lot of youth aren't picking up instruments, but just even if whatever form of music, whatever form of approach they approach the music, what advice do you have on them today?
Oh, the advice I have is if you want to play an instrument, make sure that's what you really want to do. And because I teach drums on weekends.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and they're youth. So I always ask them, and the question you asked me is a beautiful question because I asked them the same thing. I say, well, what artists you like? They say, oh, Beyonce. One of them tell me, I like that song by Anne Marie, and that's Go-Go. You know what I'm saying? So I tell them, well, always have somebody that influence you, that makes you want to do this and put you all into it. You know, and always, pay attention to make sure you learn the songs and stuff. You know, I've even ran into people that the ones they sing, people that sing, youngins that sing and don't want to play instruments. I tell them the same thing to motivate them, keep them inspired and stuff. I would like to, one day I wish I could if I get the money, open up a little music school so that we can teach them. And I think that's what we need to do too, as far as us being go-go musicians. I mean, we got to give back sometime. We got to, we should all this. We better than we this man, we that man. We all are good at what we do. Old school, new school. We need to, like you say, the young. They keep talking about go-go. I watch all that crazy stuff about go-go dying. It won't die if you teach. You got to teach for them to learn, for them to know.
That was going to be my next question. How, and the fact that you work with youth musically, how do you see? Is it possible? Do you see it being possible of getting that whole new young? Because keep in mind, remember, when we all started playing, we were all teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now when you have guys forming go-go bands or whatever, they may be at the youngest in their mid-30s or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think we can grab the youth attention again? What do you think? To want to do it?
Okay, I work for a school, and Kevin, KO that you had on your show,
yeah,
his mother, God bless rest her soul, she used to write raps, so she used to work at the same school, and this particular day she said, Gerald, go get the drums, Benny, the drums out here, and I got a song I want to rap. I want you to play one of them nice funky go-go beats. So I played the beat. And she rapped that whole, and the whole assembly went crazy. They partied just off the drums and that rap, right? And so what happened was that inspired a lot of the kids for that. My boss had me teaching a drum class, so I ended up having 2 drum classes. I'm the janitor and the drum teacher. So I think that if we take them under our wing and teach them. And ask them questions, because we got to ask them questions. You like music? What kind of music you like? What instrument would you like? Just like how you asked me, what instruments did you play? What instruments would you like to play? What you like to play, not what your parents are suggesting. Because sometimes parents will say, "Oh, I want my kid to play the keyboard," but if that's not what they want to do, and they feel that's not their forte, you can't just push that on them. But I have learned through my experience is just asking questions and becoming like the teacher and the student. We got so close that I inspire them, I motivate them, and I don't put them down. If they having a bad day, I say, "Nah, you didn't do as good as you did last week. You gave me some A's." I said, "Today you gave me some D's." I come back the next day, I get the A's again. So we have to motivate, inspire them, the youth, because they are the children of the tomorrow and today and the future. So okay. And we can do it, because it's a lot of us. Look at all of us. You play guitar, I play drums, the rest of them play keyboards. But it's they have to want to have the same mentality, because you know, the era we grew up in, we had mentality when we would teach people.
Yeah.
Kids, young, old, whatever, you know. But I don't know how a lot of the guys or the cats are now. But we always have that inspiration where we want to be successful or be known as we have. Oh, Gerald taught me how to play this, or Gerald taught me how to do this, or Gerald or Cato taught me how to do this. Cato taught me how to do that, and it feels good for a kid to go back and tell somebody, you know, that this man taught me how to do this and do that. You know, I get acknowledgement all the time in church one by the pastor saying how I taught his nephew how to play drums. You know, I had to throw him out there, Cato, because he could play. I taught him. So when I sent him to Willie Howe said,
Willie working with him. Okay.
Willie said, Gerald, he all right how to play. You don't talk the boy. He good. Willie said 2 churches when they seen him play try to snatch him up. So I feel good when, you know, somebody saying I taught them, or I inspired them, or I gave them inspiration to be the person they are as a musician. And it's good because, you know, I helped pave the way. I'm 57 years old.
Right.
I'm not gonna be here forever. So, and we just got to realize that it's not about us. It's about we. We have to be the teachers.
Then wrapping this up, I want you to finish a couple of sentences. I'm gonna start it, and you fill in the blank. All right.
Okay.
So the first one is, without music, I would be blank. Without music, I would be
miserable.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm with you 100%.
Nothing.
I would too.
Heartbroken.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Lord. I don't know. Yep.
Lord.
Okay. Music is blank. Music is blank.
Music is everything. It's awesome. It's amazing.
My music makes me feel blank.
My music makes me feel terrific, awesome, inspirational. It's just heartfelt.
Support music because blank.
Support music because it's what makes the world go around and keeps everybody from being either depressed or feeling like they don't have anything worth living for. Music is a heartfelt, heartwarming. What's the other word for it? Just make you happy. You know, some people like, I can't get through the day after I get off my job. I got to have music. Music was making me, you know, it makes me feel like I'm survived my day. I had a bad day. I get home, I cut on some music. It makes my day. Or relax.
Music is a healer. The music
it's a healing. You know, just like, you know, it's like a fine wine.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool. So we know how to, you know, people watching, because this is, like I said, it's going to be, even though we're running it live, once it's over, it's going to be on my site, on YouTube, on Facebook. From this point on, I believe in archiving. That's the whole point of doing this. So this stuff can be put up at any time, so you can share that with folks. And so I want to make sure they got all the info. They can, like I say, you don't have your website up yet or whatever, but they can reach you on Facebook, correct?
Reach me on Facebook, or they can reach me at the Drams to Brooks 69 at gmail.com.
Okay.
The Drams to Brooks 69 at gmail.com.
All right. And wow, I mean, this has been really a learning experience. Some stuff I didn't know that kind of was eye-awakening. I didn't, you know, all about the tour stuff, the overseas stuff you did. People don't realize how artists have been around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people don't realize and understand those things. So with that, I just want to say I appreciate you taking the time to come in and rap with me and you know, fill in the blanks of stuff I didn't know. You know,
right.
Everybody else as well. You know, so I don't know what else to say, but appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too. It's good to have
you or whatever. Before we roll
out. I just thank God, man. I'm still here to do what I can do. I appreciate all our fans. We love y'all. I love you. And Pumpkins get ready to turn up one more last time. As long as I still can kick these drums, we're going to keep doing what we do. So we're going to be here in our own lane.
Sound like a plan to me. All right. Well, God bless, brother. And keep on doing. I'm going to be looking out for you, man. All right?
I appreciate you, man.
Love. Peace. All right. We out.